Hi, my name is Anna Maria Theodossiou, and I'm doing this project for Health 236 at Texas A&M University. My PowerPoint for this lightning talk will cover the topic I was most interested in from Module 10. From Module 10, I looked at the childhood obesity in American Indians by Dennis M. Styne and knew I wanted to do my lightning talk about this article and explore this topic in greater detail. The article goes beyond by making neat points about the causations of the problem. I found that this article talks specifically about American Indians and makes neat points on what caused a rise in childhood obesity among them. Styne talks about how kids do not seem to walk as much due to the lack of sidewalks and the safety concerns of children walking to these places within their community. The article goes into further detail about how kids are taking in higher caloric foods with high fats, and the kids do not participate in activities such as hunting and gathering. Styne also mentions how American Indians have a higher weight average than Caucasians, even though 100 years ago, they both reported having kids at a healthy weight. But by looking at one race compared to another, can we really make an assumption that this is just a big problem within this race only? This made me ask the question, do we just see this in one group of children, or is this an expanding problem for many of the countries around the world due to the fusion of cultures? Whenever I looked at childhood obesity, I always saw it as an expanding problem for the world, but never pinpointed races to be more obese than others, and this is why I asked myself this question. I speculated that the fusion of cultures around the world affect the child obesity rate in different cultures. But why is this so? Before all the facts and statistics are stated, let us dive into what has been personally observed in Greece throughout the years. As a person who goes to Greece to visit family every year, there's a noticeable weight fluctuation in children. As a result, the fast food chains and the big-name junk food brands are overtaking the supermarkets in Greece and becoming the cheapest and most accessible food items in the market. Even with places in deep economic instability, such as small villages or places that thrive with tourism and money, you will see the same thing: cheap junk food readily available at your hands. This is such a drastic change from a country that had so much culture to it. It seems as if American brands are moving in and pushing out the traditional foods, such as the vegetables and fruits that are grown locally. In addition to the previous statement, Greece has so much open land and beautiful beaches, but I noticed that the kids do not play as much and tend to be more sedentary than from what I remember. There are kids with their faces buried in their parents' phones. Not only this, people now see some of the widely known American brands in countries such as England, Italy, Poland, and Germany. A lot of this ties into Module 10, but it expands to more cultures of different economic standings and how cultures fusing together might aid in such a problem. I found that the growth of obesity in very young children and infants increased from 32 million kids in 1990 to 41 million in 2016. And WHO projects that in 2025, there will be 70 million young kids and infants classified as obese. Even with these numbers, WHO talks about the factors that tie into this growth. A big one is the marketing of junk food worldwide through colorful advertisements and cartoon characters that excite kids to try this product. But the question that needs to be answered is this: does the rise in childhood obesity link with the idea of cultures fusing together and becoming homogeneous? The answer seems to be yes, due to the movement of brands known worldwide. And now I want to thank you for listening to this presentation, and I hope you enjoyed what I had to say.